Matthew McAloone is here, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever heard that second name.
It's a unique one.
It sounds like a delicious dessert.
You must have got macaroon.
Yeah.
Your whole life.
Primary school, macaroon was a big one.
Yeah.
Then there was macaroon bars.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they crossed the. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Being of my existence.
Yeah.
But then once I got to secondary school, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then macaroons made a comeback.
Yeah.
Like actual macaroons.
Yeah.
And then people were, kind of like your name. But by then I already looked like this, so people weren't big on bullying anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's the one thing about getting older is that the bullying kind. I was about to say the bullying.
Not
kind
when you're
of
a
fades
comic.
away,
I think.
no,
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking
I
last
get called
night
fat
about.
and bald every day of my life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, hecklers are pretty much just
Yeah.
bullies that never really. I mean, we were talking about last night about that female comic, that fucking a bully in she's a bully.
A bully in sheep's clothing.
A bully in sheep's clothing. A bully in fucking very sexually provocative clothing. But,
Were you both at last night?
We were.
Yeah.
We were 12% of the room.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, was it empty?
About 7 people.
No,
that's
that's not. No, there was 13.
13
audience members, 2 who weren't joining the group, and then 11 who were having a great time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But 11 people having a great time doesn't fulfill the hole we have inside of ourselves.
No. But these 2 old guys came in, and instead of sitting at the benches where the audience was supposed to sit, they sat down the back where the comics sit up against the wall. And then the guy was like, "Hey, you want to sit here? You want to move up?" And they was like, "No." And then the guy was like, "Oh, okay." And it's just like, weak.
Yeah.
Make them fucking
no
move.
authority.
Yeah.
But also, one of the showrunners, immediately let them sit there, and then someone else came along and asked them meekly, and they were like, "No." It's like, "Yeah, you've lost control of the room completely.
Yeah.
Now they are above this."
Yeah.
I will tell people before even one of the I'm not even running the thing. Like people have sat down and be like, "Hey, no, the comics sit here." Like, I just immediately
the
tell
show
them.
had started. These 2 old geezers came in,
Yeah.
and they were fucking miserable from the get go, just sitting there like. But it's just like, I don't know. But speaking of old dudes, we have this. I won't bother the listeners with the detail. We have an old American housemate downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
We've
quickly
gone through
round
the
it up.
story many times.
We've gone through the story many
Yeah.
times, so I'll say it very quickly so Hamish can get to his. He shits on the toilet seat, right? Yeah. So that's what we're dealing with, and we've had arguments back and forth,
As you would expect.
Yeah. So and we've talked about it ad nauseum. But
I think the nauseum comes from the shit
from
on the
him
toilet
shitting on the
seat.
Yes.
seat. Yeah.
But how does that happen?
And the ad is.
Well, this is the great mystery of this household, is that we don't know what he's doing.
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
He's very confused.
Yeah. But anyway,
I think he's somewhat of an alcoholic. Like I think he was drunk last night because at 11 p.m. I just heard hammering downstairs. Like someone's like started working on the house. I'm like, there's no way this can't.
11 p.m. He's just realised, listen, this place needs some fucking art.
Yeah.
Bring it to life.
Exactly.
Yeah. Home's under the hammer.
I'm not living like this anymore.
Yeah.
God. And so I go down there and I hear it's coming from his room and I go, "What the fuck are you doing in there?" And he comes out and he's like holding a hammer, like clearly drunk. He's all bleary eyed.
I love there's blood on the hammer and then just like some hooker in the fucking.
And he's like,
Or cum.
Yeah, there's just shit on the
Nothing.
hammer.
What?
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm aggressive immediately because we're already at the point where we openly hate each other.
I think the shit on the toilet seat makes for immediate hostility.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was very polite for a long time. I was his best friend in the house.
You're a very polite man.
I was his best mate in the house for a long time.
Yeah.
I pretended to put up with him.
Say, hey, listen, maybe it's not his fault. Maybe he has one of those upward-facing anuses. And
Yeah. I think he's got a couple anuses in his back.
Yeah, possibly on his lower back.
Yeah.
But it basically transpired last night because since this has started, like I had a fight with him down in the kitchen. And then, so just to kind of, we're trying to like smoke him out of the house like a rat, basically, right? And then, so Hamish has kind of been leaving like plates and stuff.
Yeah, I just haven't been cleaning as much.
to kind of wind him up. So then last night, basically, he was doing that. So
No. So I go. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Wait, is this what the podcast is? Is it just
yeah.
a documenting of managing this guy out of the house?
Of course.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's
and we're here to get your ideas on how to get him.
I've got loads already, but is there a chance that he's watching this, and he's going, "Oh, is that what they're trying?" And he's got like his own fucking
I don't
crockery.
Think I don't think he's
stash,
smart
maybe.
enough to.
I don't think he even knows the internet's a thing.
No,
you know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
I think he's stuck in like the 60s or the 70s. Like,
he definitely is.
we didn't mention that he's about 60.
He's got a gramophone down there.
Yeah,
He plays his music on.
Yeah. It's just
And so I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he opens his door, holding the hammer, bleary-eyed, and he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "It's 11 p.m. at night. Why the fuck are you hammering?" And he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was 11 p.m." Which is his go-to thing. He's like, "I didn't realize," and I'm like, "Are you fucking retarded?" And he goes.
Which is fine, because if he's old, he doesn't know that word is one of the bad ones. Yeah.
It's not anymore. It's back. I don't know if you know.
Retard's back.
It's fine to say.
Oh, is that what you're telling me? And then I say
No.
it loads, and
No.
like, tricked you.
No.
Yeah.
If you
And he
said
goes-
that a million times, it would be nowhere near the worst thing that's
Right,
been said.
okay.
And he made the brilliant argument. He said, "No, I'm not retarded." That was his response.
Which is something a retard would say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I go, I'm just like, it was a very quick exchange. I'm like, "Well, stop fucking making noise." And then he's like, "Yeah, sorry, man, I didn't realize." And I go upstairs. And
Wait, he didn't realize he was hammering?
Yeah,
he didn't realize you could hear it?
He didn't realize it was 11 p.m. And
He didn't go, "Oh no, I'm just like, I just painted this and I'm really proud of it."
I don't think he was doing anything. I think he was just smacking the hammer to get my attention.
Because
Because as I was going up the stairs, after I called him a fucking idiot
And a retard.
Or
no, you asked him if he was retarded. You didn't say.
Yeah, no, I didn't exactly.
Like you're
It was
displaying-
asked
Yeah.
him politely, was
Yeah,
he
yeah.
a retard?
I'm sorry, are you a retarded?
Yeah.
But he goes, "When are you going to clean the kitchen?" Like at meekly as I'm leaving.
Oh.
Like, so it was his way of
Whilst
like,
we're actually talking,
Yeah.
what's happening with the
brandishing
kitchen?
a fucking
Yeah, yeah.
hammer. When are you gonna fucking clean the kitchen?
because he can't. I don't know. He's unable to confront me about things.
He had leverage there. The hammer is a very strong.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, if we're gonna have this conversation, just I have a hammer. So
I wish that he'd gone at me with the hammer.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
and
would be.
he'd be hung on the wall.
He'd be
Yeah.
a mess right now.
Yeah, and I
He'd
didn't
be-
hear any of this. I was passed out because I'm taking these new sleeping tablets.
Yeah.
and I
Oh, class.
slept right through the whole.
I needed
fucking
one of them.
You
'cause I
should
was up
promote
all
them.
night.
Yeah.
See if you can get a sponsorship for the podcast.
Yeah, quetiapine. There you go.
Quetiapine.
Yeah, they fucking knocked me right out, man.
Quetiapine.
Quetiapine.
The
Yeah.
the ad.
That's good. Yeah.
You'll sleep through someone with a hammer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Is your old housemate shitting on seats and banging a hammer at 11 p.m.? Take quetiapine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. And then he complained that he's on the way out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Like,
even
he's
I
at his
had a
wit's
big
end.
bitch fest with the landlord today. He hates him. The landlord's looking for a room for him somewhere else. The landlord's like, "I'll find you another room." That's how much he hates him.
Have you ever had nightmare experiences with housemates?
Not really nightmare.
No.
I stayed at home till I was 26. Sorry.
Same as myself.
Which is the best. And it was hostile with my dad at that point.
Right.
But I hung in there. I was like, I'm fucking not going anywhere. How
Yeah.
dare you buy a big house and put a pool table in it
Yeah.
and expect me to move out?
Yeah.
So hung in, then moved immediately to Newcastle, where I lived on my own for about a year. And then I lived with a partner for a few months, and that didn't work. And then I was back on my own again. And then I lived with three lads for like a few months. And that was the first time I'd lived with lads, so I had no idea how disgusting men are.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
This is it.
it was stark. And I was at that point, I was pushing 30. So that's not when you should first live with lads.
Yeah, it's a baptism of
I
fire.
had a lot of practice.
I had such high standards, and I lived like a Spartan lifestyle on my own, which is like, one plate, one glass, one cup, one set of
Oh, that's
cutlery
me, man.
Nice.
on rotation.
Yeah,
So to
that's me.
go to then seeing dishes pile up and just not understand the mentality of just wash it immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, I wouldn't say anyone was a nightmare. We did have like tetchy text exchanges, and I feel bad actually because one of the guys who I shared a bathroom with, his girlfriend was there a lot, and it was just fucking fake tan everywhere and nonsense. And it was like, listen, she's basically living here and you're not contributing.
Yeah.
He replied something, I can't remember what it was, but I was like, where are you? And he said, why? I was like, let's have this conversation face to face.
Yeah.
And I'll throw you off the fucking bridge.
I'll cover you in fake tan.
And that was the, and that was like the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
And but what I was thinking of moving out because I'd been offered like a different job, and another guy was like, well, if you're going to move out, I'm going to move out. And then the third guy was like, well, if you're all moving out, I'm moving out. So then that guy was just left in the house on his own.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine that it just like collapsed in on itself.
Yeah.
But outside of that, everything else or everyone else has been like an absolute dream.
Yeah.
So either I have really like that's one in like 7 that went not great. So I either have great taste,
It's a good hit rate,
or good luck.
Yeah.
But I have heard other people's horror stories, and like the shit on the toilet seat thing, that feels like
level.
there's no way coming back from that.
Yeah.
And landlords never care.
No.
Well, this guy next level, not giving a shit, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But like I had a baptism of fire with I didn't move out till I was 26, and the first time I moved out was when I moved to Berlin. And when I moved to Berlin, my first living situation was I was sharing a room that was maybe twice the size of this with 2 other lads, so that there's 2 other beds.
With no divide?
No divide. It was just 3 beds.
Not even
in a
like
room.
sheets or any kind of division. Like,
No division whatsoever. And one of the guys was like a
boy division.
one of the guys was like a severely autistic Vietnamese guy who would wake up and he'd walk like 3 feet to his laptop, and then he'd play World of Warcraft from fucking dawn till dusk, like just fucking all day.
Disciplined,
smelly, never fucking showered.
Okay.
Never. When I mean, because his mother or his aunt owns the fucking Airbnb. It's like a long-term Airbnb, illegal, off the fucking books.
They seem to be the worst. The people whose family own the thing.
Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. That, I thought that this whole
Vietnamese
podcast was eventually leading to just slamming the Vietnamese.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna come. Yeah.
Do we have clips of the war? We're just like, fuck. Here's
just
where it
cut
went
in
wrong.
some fucking,
Salute.
Yeah, but the so yeah, like his auntie or mother owned the property, so she dropped food into him, and he would just sit there, and then like it was a recurring thing of like. I could
I'm
put
just
up with
picturing like a military plane coming over. I know, like coming down on a little fucking.
Oh, like a care package. Yeah, like a drone flying in.
Like in that game Worms, where you used to drop the things in.
Oh, Worms! Remember that?
So good.
Yeah, I have Worms at the moment, but totally different thing.
Yeah. Quite the catch.
Literally, yeah. I think I caught it off Hamish, but so yeah, then he never left the house, and then it was a recurring thing of like I could hack it, but the guy in the
I could hack it.
I can hack this smelly guy. And then it was a thing of like every few weeks someone else would come in, and then after a few weeks they'd be like, I can't fucking do this.
Pussy.
Yeah, pussy, exactly. Weak. And there was one time this guy moved in and he had like his girlfriend, and they'd fuck like in the middle of like in the room, like with me on one side and the Vietnamese guy on the other. And it was kind of hot. It's kind of hot.
Did the Vietnamese guy start?
Yeah, I think he did. One night he was jerking off. Yeah, and
so you're just like, God, there's so much cum in here.
There was cum. One time I went in, there was cum on the floor of the bath in the bath.
Cum doesn't age well either. Like,
did you lick the ball?
Well. No, it doesn't age well at all.
Even if it was a really impressive load,
when it gets,
it was a pretty impressive load. Yeah.
It doesn't maintain its glory.
Yeah, but you know when you cut like
it expires quickly.
It does expire quickly, but cum in you ever like cum in water? It doesn't like
I've cum everywhere.
Yeah, it's
we all have.
Yeah,
you're trying to wash it off your own body. It gets all.
It's a nightmare. But then if you come into like water, it doesn't. If you try to use water to wash it away,
because it's like it cooks the protein or something. That's
really? Yeah,
it like cooks it.
Oh.
So have you ever?
So that's actually the best time to eat it.
Done a sample.
You have to do it the other day.
Yeah. And like you've got it, and you're like, oh, that's decent. I don't mind handing that to someone or putting it down. But then within like 40 seconds, it's like all just white, or sorry, see through and gone. You're like, oh, where was the impressive fucking load?
It's
very deflating.
It is very. It is. Yeah. It kind of. It doesn't. Like I have to give a sample.
You hand it over, and you're like, oh wait, I'll top that up.
Yeah. I give it a shake.
Yeah. Because I was in the bathroom at this place. I have a problem with my fucking. I don't know what's going on, prostate or something. And out of nowhere, he was like, "Okay, I'm going to need you to give me a semen sample." And I was like, If I'd known this, I would have jerked off."
Whoa, where was this?
I was just out the garden.
Yeah.
There was just
I'm going to need you to give me a semen sample.
Yeah, it was just a gypsy Pam reader, but she. So I went to this doctor, and he's like, "I'm going to need you to come." And it's like, dude, I jerked off last night. I can't fucking. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a teenager anymore. I don't have endless amounts of cum. So I mean, I do in here, but totally different thing. But
well, now you've learned your lesson. You're gonna
I just bring the cum.
Yeah,
but it was such an unimpressive load that I'm there, and there was like hand soap in the thing, and I was like,
you want to
top it up with the hand soap. But then they'll come back to me and be like, "There's Dove hand soap in your prostate, so that's gonna cause an issue." So I cummed into the fucking thing, and it was an embarrassing amount. So anyway, they said I have an enlarged prostate. So I was telling Hamish this.
Stop bragging.
Quit bragging. It's easier to find now, but they prescribed me Cialis, which is like.
That's like a version of Viagra.
Yeah. They told me to see Alice. She was a doctor in the. That's so fucking. There's gonna be plenty of that McAloone. But so taking the Cialis tablet because it shrinks the prostate.
Oh yeah.
But I've been taking it, and it just means I'm walking around with like a
ready to get hard.
The whole time. It's just like that.
But doesn't that make
tingly.
you feel like masculine? Don't you like that?
It does. But then I was saying that like I'm on so many antidepressants that I can't come, so I'm in this sexual purgatory. Of
you can just fuck for hours.
You're the forever man.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not fun whatsoever.
No, the futility of an erection, and then once you think you know you're not going to come, you'll never come. So it's just a self-fulfilling.
It's a mental
prophecy.
thing. Have you ever taken Cialis or?
I've taken either Cialis or Viagra or stuff like that. Yeah, and always like out of the fear, like knowing you're like, oh, I've been drinking tonight and I'll need to put a shift in.
Yeah.
And then all that happens is I just have a really fucking sore head the next day.
Right.
Yeah,
Possibly
it can
a
cause
nosebleed.
back pain.
Yeah. Oh well.
It's weird.
Like this head or the
head? Everywhere.
Every
just
head.
Fucking bleeding from
Both
everything.
heads. Yeah.
So headache, like can't breathe, like really stuffy, and not great to report. But I'm sure your medical needs come over just the idea of.
I mean, it has.
Have you got any like rogue? Because I always find that if you like don't get hard, that's when like.
I mean, I'm hard right now. That's
how
I have my
the
legs
leg
crossed. Yeah. But but yeah, there's a misconception though about what people like with Cialis and Viagra that people think that when you take it you'll get. It's more that.
No, you're just ready.
Yeah, you need the sexual impulse.
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
But then
and it lasts longer.
But I've just been walking around with a very low, just kind of, it's constantly ready. Yeah, it's exactly. It's just like, please, come on, let me out. And I tried to jerk off yesterday, and I had to quit, and I never quit on a wank.
Shit.
Like, do you know what I mean? Because I was just like, if I'm here, I'm gonna be late for Comedy in Your Eye. You know what I mean? And
God, well, knowing what we know now. Quitting on a wank is an interesting thing. I don't know if it's. I've been interrupted.
Yes.
But I've never like just given up.
Yeah, no, I've never given up.
I've lost motivation or lost like what was, I need a new scene, I need a new character or something like that. But to just go, I've got nothing. This is not happening.
It's the first time one of the only times I can think of where I started a wank and didn't finish it.
What do you do?
What do you mean?
Like you just got up and left the house to go to your gig?
Yeah, with the fucking with just a raging fucking. It's horrible because I've always found that like jerking off is like, for me now at this point, it's like it's just a thing that I have to. It's like taking a piss or taking a shit. It's a maintenance thing. I just have to. You know what I mean?
Not all the time, but sometimes actually, like, I'm very conscious of the fact that if you don't, like, you just have a thick, like, fucking weird load.
Yes.
So you clearly need. For me, it's every 2 days at least. I've just got to clear it out.
Yeah.
So if I haven't been able to cross paths with my wife and do it the way God intended, no offense,
yeah.
Then. It's like, all right, I'm going to have to sort this out. But then you might get caught off guard, especially when you got a partner, is like you knock one out and then
they're ready to go.
Then they're ready to go, or they come home early or something.
Tough shit, Missy.
Yeah.
Like fucking, that's where the old Cialis would come in handy.
Yes, yeah.
But it's never, like, it just doesn't work out.
Coming in handy was the problem.
Yeah. The thing they put me on is, the other name for it is Tadalafil.
That's Cialis.
Yeah, but the other brand name, but it's funny, Tadalafil.
It's just the unbranded,
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I've never, but it's like, so you got married fairly recently, didn't you? Like 2023. 2023.
Yeah. So 2-year anniversary in like a week.
Yeah.
4th of March.
Nice. And how's that? How's marriage?
Marriage is good.
Yeah.
It's not that different to like not being married, but being with someone long term. So
with
like,
someone.
If that's your, no, it's very, very different to not
being
with
someone.
Anyone. But it is good. Well, it's like serious conversations about like kids and stuff like that, which I'm into. Not into kids. No, but having, I'm mad in them. I can't wait to have one just at my own disposal. But no, like having kids, which is in principle, you're like, let's do it. And you look at other people who you know were fuckheads, who have kids. You're like, if they can do it, I can do it. But then just all the practicalities and where we live, and it's like it's just not. It doesn't feel like a kid friendly space,
right?
But then I hear all these people like who have real challenges getting pregnant and stuff. And I went to London Sperm Bank, which we were talking about sperm donations.
Sperm there before,
It was like I'm gonna pretend that I'm up for like being on the. I was about to say register, but that's the wrong thing to say.
You're already on that.
Just walk in and I go, guys, I fucking need to confess. No, go in and like pretend I'm up for selling it, but just to get the free tests.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I've done that, yeah.
So I think I went 3 times. They kept saying, yeah, it's within range, but we just need to test it again.
What,
then
it
was
they
like,
tested your range? Like,
yeah, they were like,
far you could come?
Yeah,
hell.
you gotta hit
So,
the target.
like I went to a
Bullseye.
different room. I bent it out the window and back in again.
Yeah.
Showing off,
Wow.
if anything.
Yeah.
So they were really happy. But then the next thing was
We love your cum.
It tastes great.
Yeah.
they were like, we've tried it with fucking yogurt, some fruit, and kills it.
Yeah.
So they're like, we need you, right? We're going to start you on the program, and you need to abstain for 7 days, and then come back in. But it was like 7 days away immediately. So I was almost felt like, oh god, like I've used them for tests just to make sure that my sperm is good.
Yeah.
But then that was my justification. I was like, sorry, you're trying to take over my life now by giving me no window. Just immediately abstain from sex right now. So my last orgasm would have been in your lab.
Yeah.
They come in and away. So I was like, no, I don't like this.
Well, they had a dog there, did they? Sorry.
Nothing is safe. Yeah. So that was my get out.
Yeah.
But the sperm is good. Like that's my part. That's what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
Tara's like that's that. Then we got 9 months to get our shit together.
But they said your cum was.
They were like, it's outstanding.
It's good cum.
It's very good.
They told me mine was. I tried to donate, and they said that mine didn't meet the WHO standards for.
Did you?
Oh wow, because that's below what they.
Yeah,
that's
your
below their
sperm has
standard.
COVID.
Yeah, my sperm has COVID. Yeah.
AIDS.
Yes,
We all know it's AIDS.
It's AIDS.
They said that the sperm, there's a deformity in my sperm, so I don't know if it means like their ears are backwards or
Maybe
something. I don't know.
your sperm has one of those like higher buttholes, which is it's like your housemates who shit on the sea.
Yeah, that could be it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you found. I found it very hard to come into the cup.
They ask you specifically, did you get it all in the cup? It's like, well, the fact that you have that question means you know it's
you're licking
not
your fingers
fucking.
as you walk out.
It's like, and I'm like, I was fucking like eyes on the prize sort of thing, but then there's that close your eyes moment.
Yeah.
And then you're in the world of like orgasm, and then you just look down, you're like, there's just a little dribble.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I guess I missed a little bit.
How big's the cup?
Oh, it's not. I mean, the cup where I had to jizz into the other day.
Smaller than that coffee cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think like so. It's like one of the ones that you give like a urine sample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one I did it in the other day was much bigger. Like that, which is much better. But I remember the one in the sperm bank was so much smaller. I found it really hard
Test
to.
tube.
Yeah, I found it impossible to. And at least in this place, you got a couch. There's porn on the TV.
They have porn on
Whatever.
the TV?
Yeah, the porn on
Oh,
the TV,
wow.
straight and gay porn.
Nice.
I was there like, where's this child porn? No, it wasn't. No, it was
Don't act like no pedophiles have ever come in here
There's
before.
definitely been pedos in there who
Yeah.
are like,
They bring their. I feel like they bring their own.
Oh yeah,
They have
100%, yeah.
Kindles that have never been connected to the internet that they have manually downloaded porn on.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
But when the doctor's office where I had to do it there during the week, it was just like, here's a cup, go into that bathroom there, and it was just like a shitty. The wall was like here, toilet was here, sink was here, and literally like this, like my knees were touching the wall.
Like wanking on an easy jet.
Wanking on a Ryanair flight basically, and so I had my phone propped up on the fucking
And there's
wall
never
and
5G in these things. It's always
No.
like
never
fucking
5G.
buffering.
No, it was brutal. I'm there going through my fucking photos trying to find something, but it was brutal. Like, and it was an embarrassing. I had to go in and be like, oh, I'm sorry, there's not. I was like, it's
Caught
he
me
was
off guard.
and he was like, no, it's fine, but it wasn't much. And they said they said it's fine. Obviously, it's not good enough to.
It's deformed though.
Well, I mean,
It's deformed, but
what,
that there's no infection or anything.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, you've just got an enlarged prostate.
it's you're looking at it from a health point of view, not trying to get someone pregnant point of view.
yeah.
Well, you'd struggle with that.
What, we're getting pregnant?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
only
The
thing
practical part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So you went to LSB to do the testing.
Yes.
So the process, have you been? It's a great day. Go.
Yeah.
So you go in, you have a sit down, and then they walk you through, and you've got to put your own cum into this lift that goes down. So you go in, you wank, and then you put it in the lift. So
Oh,
they're
like a
explaining this.
dumbwaiter.
Dumbwaiter, right? That's
Come waiter.
Yeah, come
that's what I said. I'm like, has anyone ever said this? And she's like, oh my god, no, I've been here for years. So like, that's the most obvious joke.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you should tell that at the next meeting. It'll fucking kill.
yeah.
I was so annoyed that no one had made it. I'm so happy you went there straight away.
So it's because the place where I did, I just had to knock on the lab door and then go, hey.
Oh no, this was
come
in
get
the-
it.
Yeah, get it. So you put in a little thing and then
So
go,
you double door in,
yeah.
up, hit the button, disappears forever.
Nice.
It'd be cool if it had one of those. What are they like? The pneumatic tubes. It's like.
Oh, like
Sucks it through.
when you're
yeah.
in fucking Sainsbury's and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
You literally just stick your cock in that and it goes,
Just
takes
sucks
the
you
load
off.
straight away, shoots it into
oh
the
yeah, you
lab.
come in. Well, that would
Yeah,
be
you come into
fucking
the
better,
tube.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, no, I did it, but I found it very unnerving because, like you're waiting for a room to open up because there's another guy in there, and you see him leave, and then you go in after him. You're like, dude was just sitting on this couch jerking off.
Does that make it easier for you?
No, because there's some gross fucking.
Oh, if you're going in after someone hard, it'd be
yeah,
different.
it'd be great. I'll be there. Like
no
no photos needed.
For when I was there, it was quite. There was no one else there. There was no crossover. There was a guy coming in as I was leaving, and I was like, "Wander off for you, mate. Don't worry." But they had a screen with porn options, but I was like, I'm not doing that. I've got my phone, but yeah, no internet connection.
Yeah.
So it was pretty brutal. So I went from fucking memory.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, sometimes
Wait,
I'll
what's
go
the
for
porn
memory.
like that they have? Is it like?
Oh, it's
Can't be
vanilla
good.
fucking.
Oh, it's like softcore.
No, like it's porn. Like you see everything, but it's like you see everything.
Yeah, you see like the
Down with that
face.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
You see, yeah, but it's nothing outrageous or like it's very, paint by numbers.
Imagine they
fucking-
had like gang rape porn or something.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
And then
Yeah.
they're like, whatever you're into, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some
just
people.
just shitting and fucking yeah.
shit and
Piss.
piss and everything. Yeah. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, but then they have like these wipes that I think you're told to wipe the couch down with, like antibacterial.
I didn't wipe this.
But I don't think anyone does.
Yeah.
I think.
Anti-sectarial.
Yeah, but
I stood for the times I was in. I did the old like fucking hand on the wall.
wow.
Like,
that's a good move. I can't do that.
No,
I can't
I gotta
come
be-
like that. I gotta be sitting
yeah.
down or
I can,
on my back.
I
or
gotta be
whatever.
like real close. Like because I've done it in the shower before, but it's got to be not that shower.
Not that shower. Well, I
No,
don't
that shower
mind
was a real
fucking-
turn off.
Yeah. But but what happened is they do the thing where you have to abstain for whatever 7 days, and I was like, that's just I haven't missed a day since I was 10.
it's
That's
just
gonna be
part
tough.
of the routine.
So I was like, I'll wait the minimum. I think it was like 3 to 7 days.
Yeah.
But ideally 7 days. And then I think the night before I was like, oh, fuck it, I just had a wank. And then I went in and I was just like, and they're like, have you abstained for at least 3 days? I was like, yeah, it's fine. And then I did, and I was like, that's just not gonna fucking
Yeah,
cut the
that's
mustard. Like,
they're
They're
not
just
gonna
looking at
believe.
it like,
Yeah.
oh, really?
We hope
3
not.
days.
Yeah.
Mm. And then they got back to me and they were like, yeah, it wasn't big enough. It wasn't a big enough load or whatever. And then
Definitely not what they
no, I
said.
didn't say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were like, it wasn't
Um,
of a
Yeah,
sufficient
didn't even touch
volume.
the sides.
Yeah, they were like, wasn't of a sufficient volume. And I was like, oh, you cunt. And then I did, and I waited for 3 days. And he took the fucking
Yeah, you
roof
go in and
off
you're
the
like,
place.
oh,
Yeah,
You're like, is that
exactly.
loud enough for
Is this
you?
what you want?
Spit in it and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would have been someone else's cum. But yeah. So then I always thought that I think maybe it would kill the whatever, but I thought it would be good if they just had like instead of porn, they had like, do you want a man or a woman? And you go in, and then they just blow you, and then spit.
Oh,
it
you want a
into the-
brothel?
yeah.
Rob, I think you're thinking of a brothel.
Yeah.
No, but this is like NHS.
Well, yeah, but they
National Host Game.
national host scheme, yeah, and they suck you off, and then they just spit into the cup. What's wrong scientifically? What's wrong with
I
that?
feel like
It's
you
gonna
can't-
taint the-
Yeah, it's not gonna be. It's gonna just no. That's not good.
That's not. Yeah,
But can they
that's
get you
not-
to the edge and then?
They could get you to the edge.
Yeah.
I
And
know, but
then-
then you won't want them to stop. You'll just have them by the head, and it's fucking.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I remember.
But they got to be really authoritative. They're like, they're like.
They're a bossy.
It's just a
dudes.
hand job. It's not mouth. They're just like, you better fucking.
Well, a hand job even.
Yeah.
You know.
What about if
With
they had a
gloves on.
flashlight?
Yes.
That then that captures it.
I've seen there's like there's like a Chinese machine where it's like the cum extractor. It's like a fleshlight
Oh, yeah.
that moves.
I
But
saw
it's like a medical thing. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
the
that's
cum
what
extractor. Fuck.
We'll have a picture of it on the screen.
Yeah.
So wait, explain to me what that is, because if it's on Temu, it might be worth a punt.
Yeah, let's just Google it because
Tuesdays with Stories.
Are you about to Google Chinese wank machine?
Yes.
Chinese cum extractor?
Cum extractor, yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of crazy videos.
Gonna have to wade through the fucking sponsored posts on that one.
But for sale. I love how the first one is
used for sale. Sperm extractor.
No, we don't want for sale.
Chinese cum extractor.
But it's like a big machine.
No, but it's for it's for medicinal.
Yeah, see, it's like this.
Oh Christ!
Oh wow!
yeah.
It's like an ATM.
So you can change the height and everything, and it's like
it's like an ATM basically.
Oh, look at that! It's like a fucking
team
army.
of them.
Woo!
Yeah, but that looks medical. You know
that
what
does
I mean?
look medical.
It looks like a woman's razor.
Oh, it
does
actually. Yeah.
But the best a man can get.
Best a man can get.
Hands-free sperm extractor. But it's like, I mean, I guess they got to swap out there's like probably like a little disposable fleshlight that they can change in there.
But Tuesdays with Stories, that podcast, Joe listens.
Or maybe they're like,
Norman.
oh, don't change it.
Yeah. But Tuesdays with Stories, they're sponsored by this thing where it's like a box and you hold it like that and you put it over your dick, and it's like you can put a mouth in, or you can put like a rubber mouth with lips, or you can put a
but you won't see
fanny.
the lips, so what fucking good is that?
It's the feeling, I guess. I don't know. And then you just basically hold it over you and you press a button and it goes like wah, 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 and then you can adjust the speed or whatever.
You ever use the flashlight either of you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you used a flashlight? Yeah. Is it good?
It is. It's nice to come inside something.
Yes.
You know?
But the cleaning of it
I'll drink to
is fucking demoralizing.
Yeah. How do you fucking...
You just basically have to like
put it in the
hose it
dishwasher?
out.
So I would go shower in the shower,
Yeah.
and then you hose it out, and then you kind of finger it with some
See, I had
And
one.
then you end up getting hard
Xanax or
again.
something like
I had
that.
one
yeah.
that had a hole in the other end, so you could just
fire
flush it
straight through
out.
it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I went for the enclosed option. But I mean, we're different people.
Yeah,
I
different
mean,
strokes,
people are
different
strange.
folks.
Literally,
That's pretty good.
That's different. Yeah. Hey, that's your new marketing campaign.
That's a clip right there.
That's the fucking title.
But would it have been better to say different folks, different strokes? Is that
It's too late now. Whatever.
No, different strokes for different folks is fine.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
clippable.
I mean, everything.
I mean,
is.
the laugh,
I think we all
would have
deserve
been
a
bigger.
break after that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
High fives all around.
That's
Yeah.
all
wank
good.
break.
I was thinking of getting a flashlight thing. But
Do we go halves?
We'll go halves, yeah, and then we can just
We
get
get
it on
one
weekends.
end is an asshole. And one end
get
is
a
like
double-ended
and then we can
one,
fuck it
and then-
together.
yeah.
Yeah. I did almost get desperate to the point where I invested in one of those like.
Kind of got a glory hole there.
We do have a
already.
glory hole there.
I mean,
The problem
needs
is
to be
you can
widened a
rest.
little bit,
You
but-
can rest your sack on the knob, which is nice.
I do that every night. If you know what I'm saying.
If you could keep that cold, that'd be great.
Yeah.
What's the other side of that door?
Me.
Yeah. Hamish's mouth open. But yeah, I was saying this to the lads when I was doing Mike and Vittorio's thing. We were talking about glory holes, and I said, I honestly, my dick is so small. If I put it into a glory hole, I don't know if it would come out the other side. You know what I mean? It would just be the tip coming out, and then the guy on the other side would be like, yeah, push it through, and I'd be like, that's all I have, chief.
Yeah.
That's all I have. But I almost got to a point where I invested in one of those, like, you know, you can actually get like, you can get an asshole like with cheeks,
Yeah.
and everything. You can get.
Yeah, but the thing is, they make them so small that it looks
It's
like
like you're fucking a kid in the ass. So can I get an adult size?
Yeah.
One of these. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Can you put some hair on it? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, some scars,
Some scars,
stretch
yeah.
marks,
Yeah.
fucking something. Yeah.
Cesarean section, just fucking something to make it a bit more fucking adult-like.
How hairy of an arsehole is off-putting to you? Or is it
You
with...
can't
No, you like a
see-
twink. You like a smooth.
I like twinks,
right?
but the hairy asshole's fine as long as it's not like long hair. Like,
yeah, where it's like clearly they've never attended this. But that would be like...
no, yeah, but no.
Assuming that just doesn't exist in the gay man realm.
I'd say fucking old Chris downstairs now has a fucking a beard.
Is he
down
a-
there.
A gay gent?
He could be.
No.
To be fair, you never know.
Maybe. But he had a lady friend over once, didn't he? No.
No, he said that his girlfriend was coming to stay for a while, but she hasn't shown up.
Yeah, but I thought
He's like, yeah, my girlfriend's coming down from Manchester. It's like, no, she's not.
she's 18, man. Okay.
Yeah,
She's
don't
hot.
check her ID.
So hot, yeah.
But didn't she say he had surgery on his fucking
He had 3 hernias.
hernias? And he's like, oh, my girlfriend's coming down to take care of me. And then did she ever actually come down?
no, because she's
Doesn't
imaginary.
exist.
yeah, she's imaginary, or he thinks she's a girlfriend, but she's not. She's just a friend.
Yeah.
Did they meet online and they've never actually met in person?
It's like Napoleon Dynamite with La Fonda or whatever. What a great movie.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I haven't watched that in ages.
I know, yeah. It actually came back up. There was like clips on Instagram and stuff. I was like, I need to watch this movie again, actually. Yeah. Apparently that guy, someone else, was it Nick Swartzen I watched a little clip with? And he recommended one of his other movies, the director. Yeah. That just never got any shine, never went anywhere.
All right.
So I need to look that up.
It's good, is it?
Yeah.
I went to see The Brutalist the other day. Have you heard of this?
The Brutalist? No.
It's basically like The Penis Part 2. It's Adrian Brody plays a Jew that's escaped from the camps, and then he goes to America and he becomes an architect. There's a vicious rape that comes out of absolutely nowhere. Comes out of left field.
Well, that's how rape works.
Spoiler.
I didn't say who gets raped or by who, but it's the same.
It's
with
hard to foreshadow a rape. Well, I guess you could.
It says at the start of the movie with the warning
rape
thing.
Coming,
there's a violent sex scene or whatever, and then you kind of forget about it, and then you're just like, whoa,
ew.
But it happens in have you seen The Apprentice, the Donald Trump movie?
No.
It's just like this kind of fairly light-hearted, like it's amazing.
Yeah, it's Sebastian Stan.
And it's kind of almost like a comedy drama thing, and then just out of nowhere they do a scene where he like rapes Ivanka Trump, which is something that I think she accused him of rape in the 90s or 80s, but then she retracted it and was like, it didn't actually happen, but they put it in the movie anyway. But it just came out of fucking left field, and you're just like, what the fuck? But
were you on Cialis at this point?
On Cialis, fuck man, I've had to avoid watching certain movies because I just know
uncomfortable in the cinema with an absolute
raging. Yeah. The Brutalist was, well, you know what I mean. Like that was 3.5 hours of absolute hell, you know. But I don't know if did you see? Speaking of Trump, did you see this like AI generated video he made about Gaza, about Trump? Did you see this? No.
No.
I'll show it to you. It's
the way you set it up. Is it like Trump made this?
Yeah, his Trump's team, I think, made this. I'll show it to you now. It's absolutely fucking insane. Where is it?
It says like a. Oh no!
Seen this?
I saw someone share it today, but.
Is that Elon Musk? Is a Palestinian?
And
holy shit. AI is horrifying.
What the actual fuck?
This was not his team.
Real Donald Trump?
Holy shit.
This can't be real.
That is fucking insane. Holy shit.
And he only has 32.4 million followers.
I thought it'd be more. But the last shot is him and Netanyahu.
Oh my god!
Isn't that fucking insane?
So he shared that to what end?
So I think he first shared it on the Truth Social thing, and then now it's just doing the rounds. And I thought it was like a fake thing, and then they were like, no, check his Instagram, and he posted it on his fucking Instagram. And even the people in the comment section are like, whoa, I think his fans were like, this is insane, lad. Come on now. Like, it's insane.
It's outrageous.
Jesus Christ.
It looks like Turkmenistan with all the gold fucking...
But also there was bearded
women on the beach. Yeah.
Belly dancing.
Yeah. Like the year with the Conchita who won the Eurovision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like an army of them.
An army of them, yeah.
And is this him being like, hey... Palestine, how about you just relax because this is what you could have.
This is what's coming.
Yeah.
A big fucking gold Trump statue.
Is part of it like tongue in cheek? Like, is he taking the piss a bit? Like,
this is what people in the comment section were like, this is rage bait for the left, is basically what people were saying.
And it's not good AI either.
No.
Like, there's better.
They did one take.
That's pretty good AI.
No, it's good.
No, but like, you can give it more prompts to like fix things. They obviously just, that was the first thing that came up.
It's clearly like, it's cartoon-esque at times.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, you don't know. It could be rage bait for the left because people are going fucking crazy over it. Like I put it on my story just joking, like, isn't this thing? And so many people are replying like, this is fucking disgusting. And you're like, I thought it was funny because it's so fucking out there. Like, but I mean, I think if he did have his way with Gaza and fucking do what he wants to do, I think that's what it would look like.
Well, I think they are gonna just fucking
go in there
Yeah,
and
fuck yeah.
yeah.
Of course that was always gonna happen.
I get like fucking I've Jewish friends who are fucking Zionists, like, and they always DM me being like, "Whoa, why is Ireland so fucking? Ireland hates Jews," and I'm just like, well.
Now, we're slightly triggered by any sort of reconfiguration of borders. So especially when it was the British who instigated it and then fucked off and just left it to burn.
Yeah.
Which it definitely gets lost in the narrative. So yeah, I've heard that. I've had people messaging me about that. It's like, oh my god, why are so many Irish people pro-Palestine?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they read.
Yeah. It's so you're from Belfast,
yeah?
Yeah. So what was that like growing up in?
I mean, I grew up with Palestinian flags.
Really? Yeah.
Hanging, that was a
At that stage,
a
like in
nationalist or Republican symbol, and then Israeli flags in the unionist areas.
Really?
Yeah, and that guaranteed the people hanging them didn't really understand anything to do with the Middle East, but they were just like, yeah, that sounds like what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So it was obviously like a little bit like misused, but I mean, looking back, I'm happy I grew up in Belfast. It just gives everything else perspective.
Yeah.
You're like, I can understand why people are annoyed about that, but I also understand it's completely fucking trivial. And also, what's brilliant is just how many middle class English people will jump on other people's woes,
right?
And campaign and march and do whatever, and now share to their social media, but are completely ignorant
to the Irish history,
the Irish history, and when like they're the people you're going to meet, it's like that you just sort of that are technically part of your nation, and you have no idea, and like it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
there's really good. Just watch like a 20-minute video, and you'll be like, "Oh fuck, okay."
Yeah,
but just have no interest.
Yeah,
but yet will devour and share all day long Palestinian stuff, or Ukraine, or Black Lives Matter, or whatever else is hot at the minute.
Yeah,
but not give a shit about that. And that is the classic. Like, we're not kicking up a fuss because we're like, everyone has their problems.
Yeah,
but it is just like, if you're looking for a reason to hate the English, that's a good one.
yeah.
Every time I see an English person post something like that, it's like, okay, where was this energy in the fucking 60s and 70s?
And would you say you have that, like not an anti-British thing, but like that kind of hate the Brits thing, and not in like a visceral way, but like kind of
all those people that did those things are gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they're not. There's no one to hate. So I do have a hard out.
Yeah. When do you need to go?
I was aiming to be out by 2, but because I didn't get here, I'll roll it on a bit.
What time is it now?
It's just before 2.
So what? Like
we'll go to quarter past.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's grand.
But yeah, so I don't have like in no way an anti-British thing.
Yeah,
not even like an anti-Protestant thing or anything. I've got some of my best friends in the world. We grew up because we were just intelligent and informed. We were kind of like, I don't think this is really, and then the people who are meant to be like the representing the cause or something like that. It's like, you're drug dealers and fucking.
Oh, like the RA.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're criminals. Like you don't represent us.
Yeah.
So and like even like a United Ireland cause, the people who want to unite Ireland today are so ignorant to what that would mean. It's like in Northern Ireland, I can't remember exactly what the statistic is, but it's a massive percentage of the country. Their like household income is mainly from civil service.
Right.
So it's like, so you're going to take all that away, and what are you going to replace it with?
Right. Yeah.
There's no economy.
Yeah.
So it's a like 100-year process. But there's like, no, United Ireland, blah blah blah. It's like that would be death.
Yeah.
Absolute death.
Like symbolically it would be cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But on paper it's a fucking
It's gonna
nightmare.
have to be a like North of Ireland nation.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have to be stabilised. It's gonna be a slow process out. And then also it's like, hey, like we've made this mistake before. So how about we ask the people what they want?
Yeah.
And lay out the facts, lay out the information, rather than it be a rally cry based on religion or history or just what people think is right. And Ireland should be Ireland. It's like, yes, absolutely. But we also can't completely decimate what's left of an economy or burden this new United Ireland with what was an obvious anchor by taking everything out of Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
So,
and then obviously, like, I don't know what the percentage of people who want to stay in the UK area.
Like the I think it was sometimes in the 2020s. It was the first time that people who identify as Catholic outnumbered people who identify as Protestant.
Right. Okay.
But like, I didn't do that census.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that was like that's accurate, but that was like, oh, that's something that people are like, oh my god, we've waited for years for this.
Yeah.
But to the majority of people, we're kind of like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
No one's religious.
Yeah.
You know, so the whole Catholic Protestant thing in my realm, and I think for the majority of people, doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
The Republican or nationalist versus unionist thing, even that is now losing it. Like, all those historic parties are just like really showing themselves up.
Yeah.
And like, even in the south and the north, Sinn Féin were like, they were coming across as progressive, and they were growth, and they were the party for change, and they've done nothing.
Yeah.
So it's just, but politics is politics. So I think if you ask like the majority of people, they're more focused with the fact that their fucking energy bills are going up, and
not this sort of.
They're in a 35-year mortgage now, which was never a thing before, and is the only way to get the mortgage. And now they're like, I'll never be over this.
Yeah.
So that everything like that's taking a backseat. But the sort of nucleated areas of like people who are clinging on to the past in Northern Ireland are just getting smaller and smaller.
Right. As time goes on, as
people have now that like there's not bombs and fucking shootings and road closures all the time and the military everywhere. Now that we're all just living normal lives, it's like, I've got other shit to worry about.
Like my kid's trans. I don't fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My
it's
kid
like,
is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he went from Protestant to Catholic.
Yeah, he identified. Yeah, he was Catholic, and now he's a fucking woman.
Yeah.
But
got real things to worry about.
Real things to worry about. Yeah.
I'm trying to be very cool about the fact that I've got a gay person in my family, and it's fine. Okay. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm totally cool, but I don't have the headspace to worry about this thing. But it's like little things that like would annoy me when people say, when you talk about English people being ignorant, of people saying to me, like, people would like ask me if are you from the north or south of Ireland? And like, you can't even tell the difference in accents.
Yeah, and which is mad, sitting next to each other and talking.
Yeah. And then someone else is like, are you from the south of Ireland? And even that's a bit like, I don't know, like technically yes, but if you were to look at it as north and south, but like to call it the south of Ireland is a bit fucking, you know, it's odd. It was only when I watched Kneecap recently, the movie, and it's only I didn't know about this thing of like they would prefer it's north. Was it the north of Ireland as opposed to Northern Ireland?
Yeah. But the people ask me whether you're from the north or the south. It's like, what difference is it going to make to you?
Yeah.
Like, what does this fork in the road mean? If I say I'm from the north, are you going to treat me different?
Absolutely.
Or what's...
Yeah. I saw a photo of Tom Hardy wearing a tricolour balaclava there, out walking his dog. Nice. It's just a bit like... Yeah. You know what I mean?
I would hope that Tom Hardy's wearing that as a nod to Kneecap.
Possibly,
who are changing the narrative.
What do you think of Kneecap? Do you think
great?
Yeah,
fantastic. I wish Kneecap was a thing.
So they were band, right?
Yeah, kind of rap
trio,
group,
yeah. And they sing in Irish.
Yeah, a bit Oscailga and then a little bit Osberla, as they say.
There's a lot of words that just don't exist in the Irish language. So it's like okay, but I wish they had existed in like the 90s or 2000s, because that might have been the thing that lit.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say it's probably too late. I was gonna say, is it like the word transgender isn't in Irish? So they just it just says, oh, it doesn't matter.
I know what you're trying. I know you're getting that. Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm fucking.
I don't know if there is an Irish word.
Hamish is out of his depth with this conversation.
Yeah, we've gone very balls deep on the Irish. But there probably isn't an Irish word for transgender.
Yeah.
Probably. I can't think of.
I think aberration covers it.
But
what they're doing for, especially in Northern Ireland, the just pride, you know, and the Irish language. Like, we got taught Irish from the age of 11 to 14, but it was just sort of, you're doing this class now, and that was it, and then it just went away. We should have been learning that from the age of 3, at minimum, like, because no one in my family spoke.
Can you speak Irish? Yeah.
We did those 3 years, and it was like a piss take of a class.
Yeah.
And it was given no respect. And my school, St Malachy's College, was the first Catholic school, a Catholic run school in Ireland, all of Ireland, like 1883, I think it was founded. Which is when you say, oh, that wasn't that long ago in Ireland. You know, you go fucking everyone was Catholic, but it was like the first one that was set up. So you think that would be the school that would have pushed the Irish language hardest, but in Northern Ireland, it was just such a no go. Then that's where NECAP coming along now is tremendous. But I'm like, I fucking wish something had given me that pride to make me want to learn the language and go off. And like the only thing that was close to that was when I was like 29. I was in Australia, and then we went over to New Zealand, and I met like this girl. She was the second. Let's say she was in the second rank of beautiful women I've ever met, because obviously my wife is in one of all of her own.
Of course.
But under her was this Italian American girl who was like, "Oh my God, you're Irish," and she said, "Speak Irish to me in a way that I know if I had spoke Irish to her, I would be telling you now about that time I had sex with this girl." But I had nothing, and the look of disappointment on her face. No, I would never, ever, possibly ever could I have been married to anyone else other than my wife. I could have been divorced from this girl.
Yes.
But the look of disappointment on her face, and I was just like, "Fuck!"
When she saw your cock.
Well, I obviously had the cock out at this point. Yeah.
But the disappointment.
You know how it works with women, but basically,
I have no idea.
you lead with the cock.
Yes.
And then if they're still interested,
Irish.
My dick speaks Irish. But
my dick's a mute, unfortunately.
Just take it out. There's a little balaclava on the tip of it. But so what,
you might need to get one. Actually, I might take the sensation out of the whole fucking Cialis all the time.
Maybe, just have a little fucking balaclava on.
Yeah.
But what did you just say?
Kind of what a foreskin is.
It's kind of
like a balaclava.
Keeps
it warm.
Yeah. But so you're just like, I can't speak Irish.
Yeah, I tried to explain it away with the whole like fucking troubles conversation, but that was more of a killer, if anything.
Yeah, that's going to draw you up. You couldn't even muster up like a
Ishmisha Matthew again.
For all she knows, if you say, "On will Cadagum Dulgadi on Leferis," as far as she's aware, you could have been like, "I'm going to eat your pussy until you fucking come," when in fact you're actually saying, "Can I go to the bathroom?"
Yeah. I just don't believe in lying to women.
I'm down with that. I mean, that's I mean, that's a good, that's a fair point. But NECAP has made me like, I'm like, I should probably learn Irish. I remember when Des Bishop, do you know Des Bishop, comedian? When he did, his whole thing was that he lived here in Ireland since he was a kid, and then all these people used to be like, he had identified as Irish or whatever, and then everyone would be like, "You're not fucking Irish." So then he went and learned the Irish language.
Yeah, he went above and beyond.
So he could be like, I'm not Irish. I can fucking speak your language. And I remember even when
it's like, cool story, you're still not Irish.
And you've only got one ball. I mean, it has, like, I went to the Gaeltacht and everything. Like, back as a kid. Did you go Gaeltacht? No?
Is that when you tuck your balls back?
I'm a little Gael.
The old Gaeltacht. Did you ever go to the Gaeltacht? Did I say about the Gaeltacht? It's like Irish language boot camp when you're a teenager, and they send you out to the fucking...
on your school holidays?
Yeah. On your school holidays, and you're sent out to the
sticks.
The sticks.
They're always in the fucking outback of Ireland,
yeah.
Right? Which feels very unnecessary because like we lived in towns and cities, so just do them there.
Yeah, we can speak. Yeah, there is people who can speak Irish in cities, so they send you out to this fucking.
Are you actually camping, or is it like
no? You're in
cabins?
Very similar to his Airbnb setup in Berlin.
Yeah, you're just
dorm.
You go with your
friends.
Vietnamese
boy playing.
There's a Vietnamese boy playing World of Warcraft all day. But you go and you live in a house and an Irish family like Gaelgors, who are people who speak Irish.
Also, it's like an exchange program.
It's basically like an exchange program.
You're just staying at someone's house.
You're staying, but you go to a Coláiste, which is a college where you go.
I think the one in Donegal, which was quite big, it just had like massive dorms, so it was a bit of a party Gaeltacht.
Okay. So we stay with families who are Gaelgors who spoke Irish only or spoke a bit of English or whatever. And then you go there, and then every day you do like you have to speak. If you speak English, you're sent home. Basically, you can speak a little bit, like, but yeah, exactly.
Way to get out of it.
Yeah, exactly. You just go there, and you're
these guys are real bores.
Yeah, but and then you go there, and then you just do like activities every day where you have to speak Irish, wherever, and you get a few warnings. I went to a place called Ishka, which is like, I think it's in Donegal. Ishka's like is a water
They
sport.
sound like concentration camps.
They are concentration camps.
Yeah.
They are pretty much Irish language concentration camps. If you speak English, they fucking gas you. Yes, you go there and you do a disco and you finger some girls and whatever. This is where most lads get off the fridge, as they say.
That's what losing your virginity is called?
No, kissing a girl is called getting off the fridge.
In Ireland, the idea of actually having sex with someone, that's never front of mind. If you can just get near someone you're attracted to and, you know, get a feel of something, you're just like a fucking hero.
On the shoulder.
Yeah. But do you have a term for that in like New Zealand or Australia where it's like, because we would say if you haven't never kissed a girl, you're on the fridge. You're frigid, isn't that what they say?
Frigid is the R. That was our one.
We had frigid, but frigid was more like something you'd call women who don't like hook up with guys. It wasn't for guys.
Yeah, because isn't frigid?
It was like the
English
opposite of
language.
That's a real like word,
Yeah.
I always thought it was just a word used around Belfast to describe people who like was like, oh, you've been frigid, like you didn't want to fucking get off with someone.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't have a term for that. No, it was just to kiss a girl. That was like it was called hooking up. Like even like it wasn't sex. Hooking up was just kissing a girl, and that was like if you hooked up yet.
Who was your first kiss?
I'd never heard.
My first kiss was was at my brother's 18th, and it was one of his friends.
Right.
And his friend was sitting on my lap smoking a cigarette.
What was his name?
I was waiting for the fridge.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Have you ever smoked a cigarette before?" And I was like, "No." And then she just blew the cigarette into my mouth. That was my
So
first
you
kiss.
still hadn't smoked a
So
cigarette?
now, no. So now I'm addicted to nicotine. I was like, yeah.
But did she kiss you when she
Yeah,
went in?
It continued on.
What's the age difference between you and your brother? You were 27.
A year and a half.
Yeah, 27. This was last week.
No, he's a year and a half older.
Okay.
Right, so she was
older, yeah.
She was 18, you were 16?
Yes.
That's good.
It's not bad. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
what about you?
First kiss?
Yeah.
I think I was 13.
Yeah.
It was in like a bowling alley thing where we'd arranged to go to, and I was actually thinking about this a couple of months back. I just remember not being able to breathe, like having, because I didn't know the whole like into the nose, out the nose.
Yeah.
So it was just like and then had to go back in for more.
I had a deviated septum, so I couldn't breathe through my nose my whole childhood.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Debilitating. I've got one now, so I can feel your pain.
Yeah,
but
where'd you get that from?
Just
you got punched in the face.
Unofficial street brawl champion.
Yeah.
But also 2 botched operations trying to fix it. But first that, and I just remember that feeling of like suffocation. I couldn't enjoy the kiss because I had no idea what I was doing. And they were 6, so like what?
They were 6 or sick? Oh,
Both.
Could have been sick. I didn't ask.
Yeah.
But
my first kiss was a girl who was cross-eyed and
she'd have to be
bent down. Yeah.
Bent down.
No,
she was cross-eyed, bent over,
down,
sack on her head.
Sorry, bet down.
Bet down.
Irish.
That's a
slang.
great name.
What does that
Just
mean?
ugly. Bet down.
Oh, really?
Oh, I thought that was her name. It was Betty. Like
down.
Betty.
Yeah, she had Down syndrome. Yeah. But no, she was all googly eyed, had glasses, ginger hair.
You're slagging off ginger.
Was this? Did you put on a wig and kiss the mirror?
Yeah.
That's why she's cross-eyed.
That's why she's cross-eyed. But no, she looked like the guy from the Goonies. You know, the hey guys.
Chunk.
Oh wow.
Or no, Sloth.
Sloth.
Yeah, Sloth.
Yeah, and she'd like kissed every lad on the green, like in the neighborhood. So it was just my turn.
Terrible Sloth impression there. Just sounded like an enthusiastic person. Hey guys.
Hey guys. Isn't that what they do? Hey guys.
Hey you guys.
Hey you guys. Yeah.
Put your fucking back into it.
Yeah, I know.
This is your show. Like,
this
it
is
doesn't
my
mean
show.
anything to me, but
Yeah, I need to brush up on my fucking But yeah, she just went around and she just like kissed all the lads on the green. And then she was like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Oh, I guess." Then we went down a lane, and then one of my mates kind of kept lookout. And then
why?
I remember.
Why?
I don't know. He's like, "Yeah, I'll keep lookout." And it's just like, "Oh, okay." And then I remember having what?
Was he having a wank?
He was having a wank, yeah. But I remember the feeling of shame I had afterwards.
Oh,
was
really?
Like, I don't know if it's just an Irish. I was just like, oh, I can't face my mother now. Like I went in and
the idea of like it's weird. You want your friends to know, but anyone else, no one somehow felt embarrassing. But
how old were you?
12 or 13.
Oh wow.
Maybe,
Yeah, I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
I didn't lose my virginity until I was 18. How old were you?
I think 17.
Yeah,
17 or 18.
I was 20.
I might have been 18, but I just don't care.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I
a
feel like
very
lot of
special
kids-
moment.
I think I was
like all my friends were
22.
losing it at like 14, 15.
Yeah, some
so
of my
it
friends
felt like
were.
I was very behind. Like it was
Yeah.
after I finished school that I got. Like I was in. It was in film school that I was.
Right, yeah, I think I was 22 but when you're gay, it's different, I think. Cause
Absolutely, yeah.
when you're in the closet, you can't really be fucking people. When you're in the
Did
closet,
you
know?
lie about having had sex with someone just to put it off? So
I lied about this. We'll wrap up now. I know you gotta get out, but to kind of throw my friends off the scent of them thinking I was gay, I made up this story that a girl blew me, and I had to wear. She insisted that I made a condom. I wore a condom.
Made a condom.
Made a condom. Yeah.
I was at home for days.
From scratch.
Yeah, fucking rubber gloves,
yeah.
getting
It's
the
like
fingers out.
Yeah. But and I was like, oh, maybe if I add a weird detail, it'd be more believable. So I was like, yeah, this girl blew me. It was the definition of like classic. Yeah, she goes to another school or whatever. Yeah, she blew me. She made me wear a condom, and then everyone was just. I thought if I add a detail, it would make it more believable. And everyone was like, what? And I was like, yeah, she had OCD or whatever.
Yeah.
And
She was Protestant.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But she, she was just like, and then they were just kind of like, and then they bought it for a while, but then as time went on, they were a bit like, they
Just
they,
like
Yeah, show us the condom.
yeah, show us, who is this woman? But yeah, it was the classic thing of she goes to another school or whatever. But
now,
anyway.
if you said to someone, "Oh, she maybe wear a condom," be like, "Oh, a prostitute."
Yeah.
I should have said that.
Yeah,
I should have said it was a whore.
it was
a prostitute.
It was a hooker.
It was a woman of the night.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all of your mothers.
It's like, your mother blew me. We'll wrap it up because I know you got to get out of here.
Yeah, just like your first blowjob.
Just like my first blowjob. Anyway, thanks so much, Matt.
Mushy.
Alright guys, that was Matthew McAloone. I'll put his Instagram in the show notes. As always, in the show notes you can also find a link to the Patreon, €3.50 a month for extra episodes every week. And you'd be supporting the pod as well. Other than that, tell people about the pod, spread the word. I love you, I'll see you next week. Bye.